Hello, welcome back to Oolykee Gaming and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources. So Republic Mode Monday. Today we have a free housing, bad housing and decent housing. If you didn't by now, continue to the workshop and find yourself something nice for yourself. There was around 20 mods released in the last 7 days. Looks like it's hot all over the world, so everybody's enjoying a nice weather outside. But what we lack in numbers, we definitely don't lack in quality. So if you go to workshop, you're gonna find something nice for yourself. First things first, we have Polski Fiat 126 car pack. I believe that's Maluch. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is by Jozek. It's Negabzkezui or Juzek. The English version of this, beginning of the June 2023, marks 50th birthday of the Polish Fiat. Hence this pack, adding 10 versions of car that motorized Poland, includes the 1973, 77, 77. I'm gonna skip. I'm gonna leave this for you to read. Authors Juzek and the PO plate, that's for textures. Pack includes 10 cars, 6 personal cars and 4 police cars, plus multiple color schemes. As you can see here, we have 2 police cars, the yellow and the blue one. The rest of them are personal cars, but they're all mixture of different cars. Really beautiful model. I really love the colors. They're not too bright. They look quite realistic. This is often an issue with the cars. They have like really bright, unrealistic colors, but this is not the case over here. So we have Fiat. We can see the police cars, 105 kilometers per hour. Definitely. We had my uncle had the Balkan version of that. Zastava version. This is based on the Fiat license. We call it Peglica in the Balkans, but yeah, it's a really affordable car. Right, so how does it check out with the other cars? Let's go with personal cars. That's probably gonna be the easiest one if we go all the way to the end. You can see here many Fiats, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're all around 500 rubles to buy. Like I said, this is more or less realistic price. You can see Fiat here in the game, vanilla one. It's a similar price, 537. And here is 556, so it's even a little bit more expensive than vanilla one, so definitely not a cheaty mod. For more details, link in the description of the video. Mr. Rob 074, small farming factory loosely based on a real building in Lublin, Poland, employs 40 workers, requires 8 tons of crops and 0.2 tons of chemicals and produces 2 tons of fabric per day when fully staffed, slightly less efficient than the default one. Of course, this is classic Rob's. Probably the building would be a little bit cheaper because it looks like it's a classic one. Classic Rob's, it's based on how big the building is, materials, yada, all that stuff. Absolutely, like I said, classic Rob's. Beautiful model. Of course, Mr. Rose was in this case a little bit on a lazy side. There's no skins for this one, but hey ho, beggars can be choosers, right? Anyway, let's talk about the building. So if we go all the way in the end, this is the this is my bad. The building can be found here. There we go. 14,297 rubles, 2 tons of fabrics, 8 tons of crops, 4.4 tons cubic meters of water or tons of water, and 0.2 tons of chemicals. He said that it's a little bit less efficient than vanilla one. Let's check the vanilla one. Here we go. It's 5 tons of fabrics. Yes, you can see here 2.5 tons of fabric would be if it was equal, but they do consume a little bit less chemicals, so they're consuming a little bit more crops, but they do consume the equal amount of chemicals, so as per production. So this is fair. I really like this model. Anyway, for more details, link in the description of the video. Oh, and the crucial part, we forgot to compare it price-wise. The newest one is 14,000 rubles and 35,000 rubles is vanilla one. So quite realistic, classic crops. Link in the description of the video. Hotkey and no collision station. This item consists of 3 suburban railway stations of varying sizes based on a station from Leningrad, designed to be installed on a mound as the usual in real life. Thus the collision is disabled. The permissible height of a mound is 5 meters. It is possible to build on a flat ground. Then the stairs will remain on the ground, so inputs... Oh, right. I actually did that. You can see stairs here on the side. Let's try it. I'm gonna try to demonstrate this as well. More details you have the link in the description of the video. I don't want to read everything because I need to motivate you to go and check it out. So what I'm gonna do now is build a little bit of a mound here. Let's go and build a little bit bigger one, and we're just gonna inspect how these stations look. If we go over here, this is the tiny one. Oh, you can see here the stations are the stairs are actually quite long. You can see them on the bottom one, so you can put it a little bit, you know, elevated on the elevated area, but also you can put it on the lower one. Okay, what about the price tag? 42, 24, and 12,000. I think they're all expensive, more expensive than vanilla one, which we're gonna check right now. Train platforms, yeah, 13,000. We have this one that is a little bit more similar in price, but definitely quite realistic prices for the stations. For more details, link in the description of the video. Muddy Peasant House by Mr. Novo. Derelict flop house barely fit for human habitation. The peasants who live here are so poor they don't even know they're poor. Good news is that it's free to place for early starts, 25% quality for 20 workers. There is also a constructed brick version with higher living quality added, a school and a kindergarten. Right, so this is like for early starts. You can see here this even looks a little bit like South American design, but probably not. It just looks like a poor design, not the quality. Quality is absolutely stunning. You can see here the tiles, the rooftops, they look really nice. Colors, it looks quite realistic, classic Novo. Beautiful buildings. You can see here this is for the this is for workers, this is for workers, this is for the this is school, workers and workers. What else do we have? Oh, kindergarten, right? Yeah, one of them is kindergarten. Let's see. So this one is the no, this is school. And did I miss the kindergarten by any chance? No, it could be this one here, that I'm mistaking. Anyway, and no one lives here. It's actually for people living here. We go. This would be the kindergarten one. You can see here babies in the kindergarten. So kindergarten here, and then we have this school here. These are the two different ones, and then we have these three buildings. This is the let's see which one is the better quality one. This is 25%, this is 68%. Wow, okay. Well, it looks a little bit better quality, definitely. I don't know, maybe. And this one is 68% as well. Okay, so all the buildings are free. This is for setting up your maps, so I don't think we should maybe even judge it by that, because I don't think it's a cheaty mod. It's really beautiful, and quality of apartments are really poor. So you can see it here, Peasant Mud House, all of them are free. We have the one of better quality is 2,000. Actually, this is also quite realistic because it's more expensive than vanilla ones, I believe. So 2,000 rubles is quite a fair price for this. For more details, link in the description of the video. We take 3T and temporary housing, so the treacherous comrades of your former republic booted you out for some reason, but at least they're gracious enough to leave you with a couple of used containers for you to live off the land while after your exile. Sorry. Presented here as a set of temporary houses, lots based on container vans with ploppable options, and the one that you can build yourself. It houses 22 to 32 comrades at 30% quality, best placed near port areas. Now go for to rebuild the republic from scratch once more. Yeah, so this is actually quite good. I mean, it's obviously not for early stars, because I don't think they were ever used like this, these shipping containers. I need to even check when the shipping containers were first implemented. Could be that it was after 1960s. Before that you had like just cranes and nets and individual stuff being loaded and unloaded. This is quite big standardization with containers. So I don't know if early starts would be good for this, but definitely I think it's a genius idea to have this recycled like this. Now you can see here that you have a couple of them. These are for 22, 32 people, and then we have some people over here, 30% for how many? 22 people, and we have more. A couple of them you can actually purchase for money, and a couple of them you can get for free. So if we go here, we have these shipping containers. One of them is here for 466 rubles, and then the second one is 1152 rubles, and two of them are free. Now bear in mind that they are limited. When you start placing them, you see how many you can actually build. There are 3, 4, and 5. I cannot build anymore, so they are also limited in numbers how many you can build. Really great idea, not a cheaty mod. Link in the description of the video. Fröhliche Forelle and DDR Schwimmhalle. Die große Schwimmhalle wurde in Jahr... Okay, I'm not going to read the German, sorry about that. I understand and I can read it, but my German is horrible. The large swimming hall built in 1969 in Dresden at Freiberger Platz. At that time, East German architecture had a willingness to experiment. 25 workers, 350 visitors. The building is collision free and requires flat surface. Each path connection to its own path instead of you advice due to game restrictions. Snow can only be blocked in a circular area during winter. As a result, there is no snow inside. Okay, that's interesting. Anyway, for more details, you're gonna need to read it yourself. I'm gonna just discuss how the building looks like. The red colors, the grass, the only thing that looks a little bit out of place and unrealistic. It looks too bright, too vibrant. Everything else looks really beautiful. And I'm not saying that it's too good, that it looks too good. It's just the colors seem a little bit weird. Maybe I'm just being weird. Ventilation on the top, everything else around it, it looks absolutely beautiful. Really masterpiece. Let's go and check out the price of this bad boy. It's 50,000 rubles. If we compare it to vanilla one, which is 15,000 rubles, but it's how much more? Yeah, definitely not a cheaty mod because of the price difference between those two, even though the size is much bigger, but still. Anyway, more details, link in the description of the video. Residential buildings type M464 by Buildman007. I present to you M464 series of residential houses. This series is typical panel houses designed in early 1970s and produced at DSK-1 Minsk since 1976. Is the most popular type series of the house in the Belarusian capital. Houses of this series, in addition to Minsk, can be found throughout the Minsk region. The houses of these series form the modern appearance of such residential areas as Serebryanka, Vostok, Zeleny Lug, and Yugozapad. The later modification of M BK forms the image of the Urcha Malinovka. Okay, these are the neighborhoods of Minsk, I believe. Since 2002, new neighborhoods of the capital started to build up with the houses of M464U series, radical modernization to the BK series with enlarged spaces. There's description, a lot of it. Quality is 82%. Again, I think that's one of the wrong things about this game. The quality is, I don't know, too drastically affects the people's happiness, productivity, and the rest of the stuff. So yeah, this is just my 2 cents. But anyway, these are really beautiful buildings. The biggest one houses 306 people. We're gonna check the price tags on these bad boys. 13,000. The biggest one is 45,000. I'm gonna tell you straight away that this is quite realistic because the biggest vanilla buildings in the game, not counting Dnipro, that is really too big, are just under 200 people and they're under 20,000 rubles, so they are quite realistic in price. The size wise actually could be a little bit something weird with them, but they do have lesser quality, so I'm gonna assume that there are more apartments in these buildings. Absolutely beautiful models. This is something I'm gonna be using in my let's plays, so give it a thumbs up. Anyway, link in description of the video. Kubog and Krasnaya Delta, populated with roads. Flat glacial terrain located between the river delta and the mountains, populated version with roads. I mean, there's an unpopulated version and there's a populated version without roads. Oolykee likes when the map makers put their own little cities, towns, infrastructure in place. So this is the map I chose. There are 3 of them released. There are actually quite few maps released in the last 7 days, but I wanted to go for this one because it has a really beautiful big river in the middle of the map. Anyway, let's go and check out the map, how it looks like. It's pretty flat. It's not going to be challenging to develop here. You can see how borders beautifully follow the rivers. We have 2 Soviet border crossings. We have 2 NATO border crossings, and of course they're connected with the rivers everywhere. The navigable rivers towards Soviet side looks like they're not so navigable. What about this side? Oh yeah, definitely gonna be able to trade if you use this river. Now this part here, you can see that it's light color. It could be that it's not navigable here, but I cannot confirm this. I didn't test it yet. But anyway, if you build your infrastructure on this side of the river, that should be fine, or you can even just deepen the canal in any case if it's not navigable. Okay, now resources are decently plentiful, but they are in challenging positions in the mountain tops. You can see iron and coal, quite plentiful, a couple of 100% places as well. Oil is a different story. It's not even close to NATO border. Well, yeah, it kinda is close to this border. So uranium is also high in the mountains and far away from populated areas and the border crossings. And then we have bauxite across on the banks of rivers in the southwest. Now the cities, let's check out the cities. This is one of the what's your name, who are you? Klibruisk. I'm actually more interested to check out these little villages. This is what I like when people put one of these, like nice charming little villages disconnected from everything, from place to place. Of course, this is going to be good for your uranium industries or aluminium mining. But anyway, I'm going to leave it here. And what do you think about the map? I'm going to ask you that. If you have any opinion on it, what's your favorite mod? Mine is definitely Maluch, the little Fiat car. So I'm gonna say thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, press the like button. If you didn't, leave a nasty comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, notification bell, ring it, comment section, hit it. And if you want to support the channel, you have that on the description of the video. Thanks for watching, guys. Happy Friday, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.